Good morning, friends. Today you and I we're hanging out together. We will walk around the city, we will check out some books, probably go to a coffee shop or a restaurant, we will see. It is a beautiful spring day, the sun is shining. I feel like it is the perfect day to hang out in the city, so let's go. I am finally back from our family lunch for Easter. It was very nice. It's always nice to spend time with family. The food was good. The tradition is to eat lamb during Easter, but I don't eat lamb. I don't eat red meat in general, pork, nothing like that. Meat-wise, I only eat chicken and fish. So it was again the weird one, let's say, out of the table, and I was eating chicken, but I don't care. I'm not eating lamb. I don't like it, and this tradition to eat lamb and kill all these lambs during Easter and to cook them the way that they do, I don't even want to talk about it. People can do whatever they want. I'm not gonna judge. Someone might even question why I'm eating chicken and that it's not okay to eat chicken. And honestly, if I was not that picky when it came to food, if I was eating more beans and like tofu and stuff like that, I think I would become a vegan. But I know that I'm not going to get enough protein and I'm not going to get all the nutritional value that I need if I become a vegan. So I'm still gonna eat yogurt, chicken, fish, eggs. But anyways, this is random. The lunch was great. It's always fun to spend time with family. And now I wanted to sit down and give you a little book haul because I did end up buying 3 books yesterday and I never showed you exactly which ones I got. And obviously I always love sitting down and talking about books. I'm not going to breeze through them. I want to show them to you one by one and to talk about each one for a little bit. I'm actually drinking a little sparkling water here. It is very refreshing. So first I'm going to show you the book that I have been wanting to read for the longest time. Out of these 3 books, this is the #1 book that I have been wanting to read, I want to say for over a year. But that book is Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. If you are into books, into reading, I'm pretty sure you already know this book. It is a very popular book, but I have heard so many good things about this book and I cannot wait to read it. Obviously, I'm not going to read any of these books quite yet. I want to finish Throne of Glass first. So what is this book all about? This is a story of Sam and Sadie. It's not a romance, but it is about love. Even though I am a sucker for romance and for couples and for love stories, enemies to lovers, friends to lovers, I also really like reading books that don't revolve around romantic love, around romance. When Sam catches sight of Sadie at a crowded train station one morning, he is catapulted straight back to childhood and the hours they spent immersed in playing games. Their spark is instantly reignited, if that's how it's pronounced, and sets off a creative collaboration that will make them superstars. It is the 90s and anything is possible. What comes next is a decades-long tale of friendship and rivalry, fame and art, betrayal and tragedy, perfect worlds and imperfect ones, and above all, our need to connect, to be loved, and to love. I don't know, guys, this sounds really good to me, and I have heard that even though this has to do with video gaming, and obviously this is not going to be all about video gaming and playing games, but I have heard that even though this is a main theme in the video, that it is not boring or you don't feel like you cannot really understand because you're not really a gamer. I'm definitely not a gamer. The only game that I was playing when I was growing up, I was playing some games online, but my #1 game was always The Sims. So The Sims is not very complicated, it's pretty simple to play, and I remember I was having so much fun with The Sims. Were you playing The Sims when you were younger or even now? But as I was saying, I have heard that even though you might not be like an actual gamer, that it is not hard to follow the story and that on the contrary, it's very engaging and a very beautiful book to read. So I cannot wait to start tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. The next book that I have been wanting to read for the last few months, I want to say, but I have seen this book floating around for quite a few years, but I decided only a few months ago that I want to dive into The Cruel Prince. This book is part of a series. I think that the series has 3 books. I only got the first one just to dive my toes into the story and because I didn't want to spend a lot of money. But I have heard that some people have The Cruel Prince as their favorite fantasy book series, so that always gets me very excited to see what the hype is about a specific book. I have noticed so far that every time that I have read a book that it is very hyped, I have not been disappointed. I hope that The Cruel Prince will make no difference. So let's see what this book is all about. Of course, I want to be like them. They're beautiful as blades forged in some divine fire. And Cardan is even more beautiful than the rest. Is it Cardan? Cardan? I hate him so much that sometimes when I look at him, I can hardly breathe. Okay. One terrible morning, Jude and her sisters see their parents murdered in front of them. That is a pleasant start. The fearsome assassin abducts all three girls and brings them to the world of fairy. Mocked and tormented for being merely mortal, June soon realizes that to survive in the dangerous world of the royal court, she needs to be as cunning and deceitful as the Fae themselves. But the stairway to power is fraught with shadows and betrayal, and looming over all is the arrogant and charismatic prince Cardan, this guy again. So this sounds like a story that I definitely want to explore. If you have read any of these books, I would love to know your opinion, but also I need some help about this series. I know that it is 3 books: The Cruel Prince, The Wicked King, and The Queen of Nothing. But then they have one more book back here, The Stolen Heir. Is this part of another book series of this author? Is it a continuation to The Cruel Prince? I would love to know if you have any clue. And the last book that I picked up yesterday and I am very excited to start reading is Once Upon a Broken Heart, which is also part of a series, and it is again 3 books, so I have 2 more books to get if I end up liking this one. First of all, look at this cover. It is gorgeous, adorable, beautiful. I love the gold with the pink and the knights, like the costume of the knights here. I know that a lot of people are hyping this series up as well. So, for as long as she can remember, Evangeline Fox has lived in happily ever after, until she learns that the love of her life is about to marry another and her dreams are shattered. Desperate to stop the wedding and heal her wounded heart, Evangeline strikes a deal with the charismatic but wicked Prince of Hearts. In exchange for his help, he asks for 3 kisses to be given at the time and place of his choosing. But after Evangeline's first promised kiss, she learns that bargaining with an immortal is a dangerous game, and that the Prince of Hearts wants far more from her than she pledged. He has plans for Evangeline, plans that will either end in the greatest happily ever after or the most exquisite tragedy. So this is a very fairy tale like book. I have also heard that from other people, that some people didn't really prefer that this is a very fairy tale like book. I feel like this is going to be something a bit maybe different, let's say, if it is more fairy tale like focused. The plot sounds really good. And also yesterday I was looking up on Pinterest artwork for this book, and apparently the main character, the girl called Evangeline, has pink hair. I think that this is adorable and very different. I just thought that this character looked very cute and perfectly portrayed for being part of a fairy tale. I was definitely close enough to get more books. I wanted to get the rest of the books from this series. I also was eyeing the rest of the books from this series, but I was like, you know what? You don't need them currently. You still have to finish Throne of Glass. Get these for now to boost your mood as well, because buying books boosts my mood. It makes me very happy. And just be patient. You will get the rest of the books at some point. I would love to know which was the last book that you bought for yourself. Let me know down in the comments. So I'm just going to chill, read my book, drink my sparkling water, and that is the plan for today. I received a very exciting package. Can we guess what it is? If I'm excited, you already know the answer. I have books in here. I ordered a few books, but in my defense, 2 of them are part of the series that I'm currently reading, part of Throne of Glass, so I had to buy them. I need to finish the series at some point, and I couldn't help myself but also get one book that is a newer release, and it's going to be the perfect summer book to read. I cannot wait. Love the packaging. I'm pretty sure that my books are not gonna be ripped now because I had already ordered the 2 books before and I received them ripped. But now these seem perfectly brand new and perfectly fine. And here are the books. Oh my god, I just love brand new books. They are gorgeous. So I ordered Heir of Fire and Queen of Shadows. And I also couldn't help myself but get Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. I'm so excited to read it. I have heard the best of the best about this book. And look at the cover, so beautiful, so perfect for summer. The couple and the little dog running at the beach or at a lake. I don't know what that is. Oh, there is a little note up here from Emily Henry. Jimenez is a true talent. So I cannot really remember what this is all about, so let me have a quick look. Justin has a curse, and thanks to a Reddit thread, it's now all over the internet. Every woman he dates goes on to find their soulmate the second they break up. When a woman slides into his DMs with the same problem, they come up with a plan. They'll date, break up, and cancel out each other's curses. Emma hadn't planned that her next assignment as a traveling nurse would be in Minnesota, but she and her best friend agree that dating Justin is too good an opportunity to pass up, especially when they get to rent an adorable cottage, we love the cottage vibe, on a private island on Lake Minnetonka. Is that how it's pronounced? It's supposed to be a quick fling just for the summer, but when Emma's toxic mother shows up and Justin has to assume guardianship of his 3 siblings, they're suddenly navigating a lot more than they expected, including catching real feelings for each other. What if this time fate has actually brought the perfect pair together? So to my understanding, Emma and Justin are going to end up together, and it seems that our main characters are going to have more things going on, so it shouldn't be just a fluffy light read. It will probably have some substance to it, let's say. I have to be honest about one thing. Ever since I started reading romantasy, I feel like I really prefer it compared to contemporary romance. Not that these are not good, but for example, I read last year Happy Place, and even though I thought that it was a 5-star read, I have already changed my review on Goodreads because it is definitely not a 5-star read. Now that I can compare it to the romantasy books that I have read, it is 4 stars. 4 stars is a great rating, but I hope that from now on I will still continue enjoying my contemporary romance books, and I won't feel like, you know what, they don't compare to romantasy, so I'm not gonna read them anymore. But honestly, I've had heard mixed opinions about this book, that, you know what, it was okay-ish, or we didn't really like it. I don't think that I would have gotten it, but I have heard great things about Just for the Summer. And also one of my favorite YouTubers, Carla Espinosa, has read the book and she loved it. So that was also one of the reasons I got this book. And I think that one more booktuber has read this book and they loved it, but I cannot remember which one. And I also want summer to officially arrive before I start this book. And I also thought about filming a reading vlog where I will be reading only summer books for 1 week straight. So if this is something that you would like to watch, let me know down in the comments. I think that it would be a fun video to film. But I also cannot wait to continue with Throne of Glass. I don't even have enough space to fit the whole series here. How beautiful does this look? This is my first book series that I own as an adult. I have Twilight at my family's house, and I also have Vampire Academy there because I was obsessed with Vampire Academy. This is my first book series as an adult. I mean, the frame is now hidden behind the television, but it is what it is. I mean, look at my books. Do you know what my picky eye is now spotting? That my new books have yellow pages. Why? Do you see the difference? Well, it's okay. They are still pretty.